Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to your new moon in Aquarius tarot reading. My name is Natasha. This is a collective tarot reading, so I set the intention that whoever needs to find it comes here. So congratulations if you made it here. You're part of the collective. This is for all signs, again, for the collective for the first new moon of 2023. Now, this is going to be in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, as we know, is an air sign, but Aquarius is the water bearer, right? So even though Aquarius is an air sign, traditionally in the tarot, actually, I'm wearing it as on my necklace here, is the star card. You know, they're a water bearer. That's what Aquarius is. They're holding kind of that jug of water. The water is falling out. It's the same in the star, very similar energy. But yeah, I have already shuffled these decks, so I'm using the Way Home Tarot here. We're also going to use Visions from the Liminal Space as an oracle deck. And then I also got this deck from one of my good friends, Tess. It's called the Little Deck of Darkness. And we're going to pull one card from this oracle deck as well at the end to just get any messages that we need. I have already shuffled these, so we're just going to get right into it. While I'm kind of shuffling a little bit more and letting the cards speak, we're going to talk about this new moon in Aries. So cards are already flying, and I already knew that this card was going to come out. The Devil just flew right on out of there. This has been a stalker card for sure lately. And I love it in this deck because I was actually watching the creator of this deck talk about why she chose this imagery for the Devil. And it's a very unsettling card, if my camera will focus. You know, it's these horses, they kind of have these like almost white eyes and they look really freaked out. And the reason why she chose that imagery is because it's the concept. The devil is the chains that bind, bondage, like the ties that bind. And this is a wild animal being kind of forced into an unnatural state of like performing. I think they're like circus horses or dragging a carriage, you know, and that's what the devil is the ties that bind, you know, your temptations, your addictions, those things that you know you shouldn't be doing that kind of hold you down. That's what the devil is. And it came out with the Ace of Cups. So how are we going to heal through the devil? We have to tap into that emotional healing, right? The Ace of Cups, Ace of Water, getting in connection with water, which is funny if you hear like a sloshing in the background. My dog's actually drinking water right now. We're going to talk about it more in a bit, but those two cards just really wanted to come out. So Aquarius in the tarot, again, is ruled by the star. The star comes after the tower. So it's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hope. It's wish fulfillment energy. This is the first new moon of the year. It's on January 21st. And the first new moon signifies the lunar new year, right? And the best part about this new moon is that there will be no planets in retrograde. We are coming out of Mercury retrograde on January 18th. We came out of Mars retrograde just a bit ago. We're also coming out of Uranus retrograde. There will be no planets in retrograde for this new moon in Aquarius. So this is the time. We know new moons are about manifestation. We know new moons are about setting intention, setting those goals. Like, this is the time to be doing that. There are no planets in retrograde, so you should definitely be taking some action for sure. Let's see. What did I write down? I said find your weird and your weirdos. You know, Aquarius is a very free-thinking sign. Aquarius is kind of known as being eccentric, weird, different, and I love that about them. And you know, it's your time to be authentically you. Aquarius are very authentic, and find your community of other authentic people, of other weirdos, of other people that are on the same vibe as you. I also wrote, like, you know, it's Aquarius is kind of like a loner, and it's the time to work on yourself, be authentic to you, set those goals for yourself, do incredible things, and then bring that energy back to the collective, right? Alchemize that energy, right? Aquarius is the alchemizer, the water bearer. Aquarius is alchemizing that water energy with the air energy and creating just amazing things. So that's what we should be focusing on. And look at who came out. What did I say? The star. This is literally the card of Aquarius came out. Who else we have here? Roy. I'm going to pull just a couple more. I've been leading into this kind of chaos mode shuffling where I just kind of shuffle and see what falls out. I don't usually do that, but it's been fun. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. Are there any other messages? The tower tried to come out. I said, no, not today. Any other messages we need for this new moon in Aquarius? All right, wow, so much. Okay, we will take it. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. I always get confused with this card because it looks like the salmon is up, but it's really, this is up. And the Chariot is actually our card of 2023. So collectively, the Chariot is the card of 2023. This is a card of Cancer, because 2 + 2 + 3 is 7. Chariot is card number 7. And right behind the Chariot, we have the 3 of Swords. We are swimming away from that 3 of Swords, y'all. We are swimming away from that heartbreak. And the thing about, I love the Chariot in this deck is it's a salmon, right? Swimming upstream. It is difficult. It is not an easy journey. It is a journey. And that's what we're trying to move away from the 3 of Swords. This is the card of heartbreak, of can be betrayal, heartbreak specifically, and kind of, it can be like in the love realm, like a breakup, a separation, but heartbreak from anything, right? 2022 was rough. 2022 was full of this energy for me, and we are swimming away from that. The Chariot is victory, rapid forward movement, can also be like actually traveling, you know, moving. It's kind of sometimes depicted as like a fast car or a motorcycle, but that is the energy of 2023, and they are lurking at the bottom of the deck. Now, we also have the Fool here. I mean, come on, that was the last card that flew out. This is a new journey, and the entirety of the major arcana and the minor arcana, but the major arcana specifically is the Fool's journey. The major events in the Fool's cycle, kind of think of it like as the hero journey in like literary terms, but this is the start of it. This is the start. This is a leap of faith. You can see the Fool is kind of overlooking this cliff. Should I jump off? Should I go ahead and take this leap of faith? Do I want to go on this journey? It looks scary, right? There's a path, there's some rainbows, but it's also kind of scary. There's going to be things that happen on this journey, but we need to go for it. I know for me, I'm starting something very new. It's scary, a new job, but I'm very excited. It is kind of like my dream job. It is actually with the creator of these decks. I'm going to be working for her, and I'm extremely, extremely excited, but it is also terrifying because it's a new, fresh journey. I'm gonna have to be traveling a lot, super scary, but I feel good about it. We have, again, the Devil came out with the Ace of Cups, and the card that came out immediately after that is the Strength card. So the Devil, card of Capricorn, Strength, card of Leo. It's traditionally depicted as a lion. Here it's a snake, which I love. Snakes have been coming up a lot for me lately. I just adopted a snake. And then the Ace of Cups. So what did I say about the Devil, right? This is like the things we know we're not supposed to be doing, anything that you feel like is binding you, that is holding you back. It's, you know, these are things that we know we shouldn't be doing, right? The devil, it's like the devil, you know, right? It's what we're kind of aware that like, we know we shouldn't be doing this, but we keep doing it anyways. That's what's kind of keeping us back from maybe taking this journey. You know, that's kind of why we haven't been moving forward. You know what you shouldn't be doing. And if you want to work on this, you're going to need to find that inner emotional healing, focusing on, I'm feeling really inner child healing with the Ace of Cups. And the Strength card is perseverance, is mental and emotional strength over physical strength, taming the beast inside, right? Because as we kind of discussed, the Devil is like that wild beast that's kind of like tamed in not like a good way, right? It's unnatural. Whereas strength is more so taming the beast inside in like a healthy way. I feel like with the Devil, it's like you are trying to tame the beast inside. What is the beast inside, right? It's that trauma. It is the stuff that we have been through. It is our unhealthy coping mechanisms. And we have been trying to tame that with unhealthy coping mechanisms, like trying to like cover the symptoms and not really dealing with like the root of the problem. I feel like the Ace of Cups is really going to be about getting to like the root of the issue that's causing these unhealthy coping mechanisms. And Strength is going to be how you kind of deal with it instead of just pushing it down and covering it up with like unhealthy coping mechanisms or just ignoring it completely until you kind of burst. It's like facing the problem head on, perseverance, keep going, and taming the beast in like a very nurturing, soft way instead of trying to push it down or like cover it up with other stuff. It's like, no, you need to take care of it. You need to nurture that inner child. You need to nurture that side of you that is like struggling in the Devil, that's like, let me out. you know, we gotta nurture it. We can't just ignore it. If you want this up level, right? Judgment is a ascension. It's evolving, you know, letting go of that old shell. I think this is a cicada, right? Ascending. If you want this reckoning, this transformation, aligning with your highest self, you have to tame that devil in a healthy way instead of just like letting it control your life, right? You don't want that. We don't want that. We want to be in control of our lives. We want to be in control of our journey. And, you know, with that, we have the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is a card of grief, of disappointment, of stuff that didn't work out, those cups that didn't work out. But the most important part about the 8 of Cups is traditionally that person is walking away from that. You know, you're walking away from the grief, the disappointment, the things that didn't work out, you know, those cups that kind of led to the devil energy, that kind of led us to like have these unhealthy coping mechanisms. You have to make the choice to move away. The 9 of Wands is very like last stand, the final countdown, the final thing that you have to do to like get rid of that devil energy, the final thing that you need to do to get rid of that 8 of Cups, to actually walk away from those cups. You can see here, the cups are kind of trash cups with this octopus. If you want to stop eating the trash, if you want to stop being like in the muddy, polluted water of the devil, there is like, I'm hearing like one last action that you have to take. We have the Hanged Man here also, which was definitely a stalker card for me all of 2022. You need to get rid of that trash, those cups. There's like one more action you need to take to move on from this kind of chrysalis. If you've been like, why am I not moving forward? Like, I want the Chariot, like everyone's saying, like the Chariot energy 2023, like doing stuff, moving forward. I posted this video on TikTok that was like talking about the full moon in Cancer that we kicked off 2023 with. And Cancer is ruled by the Chariot, and it was rapid forward movement through healing, right? If you want that success, you have to heal. And I had a lot of people in my comments like, I don't want to move forward. Like, I'm scared of moving forward. That's kind of where we are with the devil. That's kind of where we are with the 8 of Cups. There's like one last thing that you need to do, the final countdown, right? To get out of this Hanged Man energy. So if you've been like, why am I stuck? Now is your chance to like do it, because we're going to have no planets in retrograde. This is your chance to do that thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? If when I say do the thing, there's probably something that pops into your mind that you're like, I should probably do that. I have been wanting to do that. I've been waiting to do that. It's something that has to do with healing. It's something that is kind of like your final, I'm hearing like the final boss, like in a video game, like defeating the final boss if you want to get out of that Hanged Man and start on that new journey. Again, the Hanged Man is depicted as a cocoon here, because what happens in the cocoon? The caterpillar has to completely turn to goo and completely transform to come out of the other end a butterfly. It is not an easy process. And the Hanged Man is showing that you are stuck for a reason. The reason why you are not moving forward is because you have not healed yet. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. The only way you're going to move forward into judgment, ascension, higher purpose, the Fool, like the Star, right? We have the Star here, is by working on yourself, is by doing that one last thing that you're like, oh God. For me, it's therapy, right? I was in therapy before, and then I didn't have health insurance for a while, so I put it off, and now I have health insurance again, and I'm like, I need to go back to therapy. I need to go back to therapy. I need to go back to therapy, but I keep putting it off, right? I just got to do it. At some point, you just got to do it. And it doesn't have to be therapy. It can be anything. Like maybe you've been putting off like working on your physical health, or I don't know, anything, starting that new business, whatever it is, you've been too scared to do it. Like anything that you've just been like putting off. Maybe it's getting your finances in order, right? A big goal of mine for 2023 is paying off debt. You have to be really clear about what your situation is. And it's stuff that we put off because we're afraid of it. We don't want to acknowledge it. Like that's where the devil comes in, right? That's why we're stuck in this devil energy, because we just don't even want to deal. Like if you're, you know, paying off debt or trying to get your finances in order, it's like that. There's like memes where it's like, I just swipe my debit card. I don't even know what's happening. Like I just swipe my debit card and hope for the best. No, get clear on every cent you have, every debt that you have to pay, every bill that's coming out. write it all down, like get very clear on what you need to do. I'm hearing like turn around and face it, like that thing that you don't want to turn around and face. It's kind of keeping you in the devil energy. It's time to face it. It's time to deal with it. And that's how you're gonna, we have the Mother of Swords here. Like you need to be the Mother of Swords for a second. And this is elevated air energy, right? Again, Aquarius is an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like elevated air. You need to be able to take that sword and kind of chop stuff off that needs to be chopped off. She is the ice queen, right? She thinks with her head over her heart. Detach the emotion from it. If, you know, a lot of the times we don't want to face the debt or our finances, or, you know, maybe it's the physical health. Maybe it's like the old relationships, or like whatever it is that you don't want to face. It's because we have trauma there. We don't want to go back to that place. We don't want to face it. It's scary. You know, we have these like, these attachments, this scarcity mindset, and we just like don't want to face it. But that all comes from like the heart, right? That all comes from that, like, you know, our wounds. And we need to move now from a place like of just like, you know what, I can deal with this. Like, I'm going to come at it from a place of logic. It's totally okay to be emotional, right? Because again, we have the Ace of Cups here. Like, we want to work on that emotional healing. But I think in order to kind of get to that point of healing, we need to look at like the facts first, like the facts of life, like what is happening, get very clear on it, get very specific with it, lay it all out, and then we're going to be able to work on it. That is our last stretch. That is our final countdown of the Nine of Wands. The final thing that's kind of holding us in that Hanged Man is we need to deal with some stuff before we can pass go, before we can move forward. And then again, we have the star, the light at the end of the tunnel. This is a reminder that it's coming. Like, you are here in the burnt forest, in the thick of it, and you're looking at that star like, come on, star, I need you. We all need the star, look. But it is coming if we can do the work. That new journey, the full energy is coming if we can do the work. So, what messages do we need to hear for this new moon in Aquarius? Any messages from our lovely Oracle deck? One of the notes that I wrote for this new moon was flying solo, then bringing your renewed energy to the flock. So working on yourself, doing all these things that we need to do to work on ourselves, and then bringing that energy back to your community, your people. Like, you're going to lift everyone up if you can work on yourself. No more being loners. We don't want to be loners anymore. We're like, please, I need help. We thrive in community. We've been alone for far too long. Any final messages that we need to hear for this new moon in Aquarius? All right, had a lot of cards fly out. Let's see what we got here. All right, yep, okay, exactly. So the first card that flew out, which I think this is like ultimate Aquarius vibes, is the Tra-la-la card. This is kind of like where we've been, right? This is like us stuck in this devil energy, pretending that nothing is wrong and being like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm not gonna pay attention to my fuck shit. I'm not gonna like work on what I need to work on, right? I'm just like shrugging my way through life. No more. No more. If you're wondering why you have been stuck in this quiet desperation, right? This is us. Even though like this is us on the surface, this is us on the inside. Like, why are things not working out for me? Sitting next to the phone, waiting for them to call. They never call. And we're like, why? I just want this thing, but it's not coming through. I've been working so hard on my manifestations. It's not coming through because you're not doing the work, my loves. You're just, you know, fucking around finding out. You're sitting next to this phone. Like, when is it going to come through? How do we get out of that energy? We already know we need to work on our devils. We need to tame the beast in a healthy way. And what else does that look like? Trusting the process and closing those old doors. This You May Never Know card has been a stalker. Like, I've seen this card so many times in the past few weeks. Stop knocking on doors that are locked. Stop trying to revisit all this old shit that does not apply to you anymore, that is old. We've been there, we've done that. Why do you keep trying to knock on that door when, like, you're obviously not supposed to be there? Maybe something happened and you did not like the outcome. You can't, it doesn't matter. You need to leave it in the past. And it sucks to hear, you know, acceptance is the answer. It sucks to hear, like, there's nothing you can do about it. I know, right? We can't keep pounding on that door of 2022, like, let me in, like that meme. Because why would you want to go back there? Why would you want to go back to those things, to that place? I don't want to go back there, but for some reason, it's like, that's the devil energy. We keep trying to go back to that thing that we know is not for us. It's tempting, right? It's the concept of, like, I teach this in my group coaching program, and when I coach people through mindful eating, and I'm recovered from an eating disorder, you know, it's the temptation of, like, as soon as you take something away or you restrict something, it inevitably leads to overeating or binging, whatever it is, not just applying it to food. If you restrict yourself from something, if you say, nope, you can't have that, suddenly the temptation is there. You want it so much more. Instead of restricting it, instead of being like, nope, acceptance, accepting that it's there. Instead of trying to bury it down and be like, I never want to see this again, just be like, it's there. And I'm not going to keep knocking on that door. I'm not going to keep trying to rehash the same old situation and dig it up after I've already buried it. Like, do you know how much work that is to dig it up and then bury it, and then dig it up and then bury it? Stop. Trust the process. Like, focus on building the new thing, right? This person is building a castle, right? And we also have no kings but us. Like, there's a crown here, no kings but us. Like, you need to trust the process that's going to lead you to where you want to be, to that elevated higher self. I want to read the description for the No Kings But Us card from the author, because I love it. You are the cumulative mighty efforts of your ancestors. You are their wish granted and dream realized. You are miraculous. You are ancient and you are holy. You are the sum of fate, time, love, and luck, all conspiring together. You are an instrument fine-tuned to bring forth the sometimes euphonious, sometimes cacophonous, and always harmonious rhythms and tickings of this universe. You are here to play and you are here to dance. On the matter of kings, there is fact and fiction among the lore. They are divinely assigned, it's true, but they are not as rare as you have been made to believe. Rather, they are an archetypal energy awakened within as soon as you begin to ask, why not me? You are it. If you don't like it, change it. If it's not there, create it. I'll say that one more time. You are it. If you don't like it, change it. If it's not there, create it. You are a king. You are a king. We're all kings. You just have to step into that energy. You got to stop knocking on those doors and being this ghost sitting next to the phone. Because that's when the day breaks and the shadows flee away. Is when you can step into that energy of trusting the process, stepping out of this like very nonchalant, like, I don't care. I don't care that this happened. When secretly on the inside, you're like, nah. Nope. Nope. You want to put on that crown? You got to walk away from that locked door. So, all right. Feel like we're getting dragged a little bit. It's fine, as we do. I'm going to pull one more oracle card from this little deck of darkness. It's gorgeous. It has this like holographic reflecty-ness, which we love. One more message that we need to hear. I swear the devil almost came out again. I'm like, we know. I know. Ooh. All right. We have the moon, very apt considering we're doing a new moon reading. Love this artwork. Not the moon, the wolf. I thought it was a moon because there was a moon on it. The wolf. I mean, even more so, I'm here for it. All right. So this is the wolf. Let's see what the author has to say about this card. maybe. Please hold. I'm looking in the guidebook. Okay. All right. So it is a werewolf. Of course. What you've been hiding has been brought to light. This is a period of illumination and transformation. No one is just one thing. Balance is needed in all aspects of life, light and dark, masculine and feminine, death and birth. Do not be ashamed of your dualities. Embrace every part of who you are. It's duality. You know, there's no need in being ashamed of the devil. We all have that inside of us. We all have a shadow self. Every single person on this planet. Everybody has it. Don't be ashamed of it. That's a lot of the time why we're so deep in our unhealthy coping mechanisms, because we're ashamed of that devil energy. We're ashamed of our mistakes, or, you know, something we did in the past, or things that have happened to us. It causes guilt, it causes shame. And there's no need to be ashamed of something that makes you human. Again, acceptance is the answer. The first step to kind of closing that door and moving away from that devil energy is just being like, you know what? It's just a part of me. It's a part of everyone. It's, you know, these things that we've been through. The reason why we're stuck in this like tra-la-la-la energy is because like we feel those deep emotions, the guilt, the shame, the like heavy, so deeply that we would just rather not feel. We're like, I don't even want to face it. But how do we start to work on it? Is through accepting it, is through getting in touch with our dark side, our shadow self. So I will leave you with that, my lovelies. I'm here for this reading. I do also have a yoga class for this new moon in Aquarius here on my YouTube channel. If you're interested, I do readings for all the signs every month. I have a membership here as well. If you like live yoga, live weekly tarot check-ins, live workshops. I also do retreats. I have one spot left for my Salem retreat in March and a few spots left for my Joshua Tree retreat, and we're going to Ireland in August. So if you want to come find your community, come join us. I'll put the links for everything in the description box, as well as this new deck and the other decks that I'm using here. Definitely check this one out. And I think that is all I have for you, my lovelies. And I will see you next time.